Ever since Disney bought the Star Wars franchise from George Lucas and decanonized officially the original Star Wars expanded universe, a lot of EU fans were very pissed off, and really, I can't blame them. These are some of the greatest stories ever told, but it did make sense that Disney made that decision because they wanted to continue Star Wars from their own perspective, their own eyeballs, their own new creative team without having any story handcuffs. And really, honestly, even though I love the original Timothy Zahn trilogy, Heir to the Empire, Dark Force Rising, and Last Command, it needed to be decanonized so they could tell a new story. And of course, there are elements taken from these novels that were put into Force Awakens, but the big one, the big centerpiece of the Timothy Zahn books was Grand Admiral Thrawn. Now, Star Wars fans can rejoice because we found out recently in the Star Wars celebration that Disney has listened to your calls, and yes, folks, Grand Admiral Thrawn is back in the Star Wars universe. He is now part of canon, the new canon, and will be coming into Season 3 of Star Wars Rebels. And in addition to that, Timothy Zahn himself is coming back to write a new book all about Grand Admiral Thrawn. Now, in my opinion, this is good news. Whenever Disney takes stuff from the EU and puts it in the new canon, I always smile because it means that they're actually not totally dumping the concepts and the good ideas from the EU, like the Dark Troopers and things like that, and bringing them into canon and picking and choosing. Now, of course, they can't bring everything in, but you can't win them all, right? However, I feel bringing in Grand Admiral Thrawn is a step in the right direction. Now, who is Grand Admiral Thrawn? Well, in the original Legends canon, Thrawn was a secret admiral who worked for Emperor Palpatine during the height of the Empire and battled the New Republic after the events of Return of the Jedi. Obviously, if you watch The Force Awakens, you know that's not exactly what happened, but now Thrawn is being thrust into the Battle of Yavin timeline in between episodes 3 and 4 and will now be a key villain in Season 3 of Rebels. And I, for one, am very excited to see him because the thing about Admiral Thrawn is that he's different than Darth Vader and Kylo Ren. Vastly different in that Thrawn is much more of a mastermind. He's much more tactical and is much more methodical as a leader when he took control of the Empire in the old Timothy Zahn books. Now, obviously, again, the story for this guy is going to be different when it comes to Rebels, but I am hoping that they at least keep those aspects of his character intact, because that's one of the big reasons as to why Thrawn was such a popular villain, because he's different from all the psychopaths that the Emperor tended to employ. In many ways, Timothy Zahn's books and Grand Admiral Thrawn really were a crucial centerpiece of the EU. And I would even go so far as to say the most important pieces and most influential part of the EU. And it seems like everything kind of branched off of the success of those old books. So let me know your thoughts down below. What do you think about Disney taking bits and pieces from the EU and making it part of the new canon? And are you excited about Grand Admiral Thrawn's return to Star Wars, or in many ways his arrival to Star Wars, because we've never seen him in anything outside of the books and some of the video games. He's never been in a TV show or in any of the movies. So what do you think about that? And also let me know in the comments, do you think that Grand Admiral Thrawn will have some kind of impact in the sequel trilogy? Do you think he will remain alive until the events of episodes 8 and 9? Do you think that he'll even be in the movies? Or do you think they're just going to shift the entire thing back to, pre A New Hope and keep him there? Let me know down below. Thank you again. Like I said, I'm back to doing Star Wars videos, and I got a big Star Wars project coming up. Cross your fingers. Let's hope it works out. Very excited about it. I'll talk to you guys down below.